It's hard to conceive.
It's Hard to Conceive, an infertility story by Virginia Hanada. They'd done missionary doggy cowgirl reverse, they'd spooned and they'd forked, and they'd role play rehearsed. But tonight it was special, tonight they felt free, because tonight was their first night without a goalie. No condoms or spermicide, no pills, diaphragms, no hasty withdrawal catching spunk in his hands. They had scheduled this night, their first timed relation, no sex just for sex, it was sex for creation. Think it took? Riley asked as she pulled on her knees. There's no question, Rick said. Getting pregnant's a breeze. All our friends and our siblings have had kids with ease. Rick and Riley went to sleep, their job now complete. Any caveman can do it. It's no special feat. Insert dick and vagina and gametes will meet. But as Rick slumbered off in an unconscious stream, he felt something damp, but 'twas not a wet dream. He was getting a visit from mythical beings, the almighty Eats, the protectors of genes. And when they burst in, they looked like small whales. A million small Eats grabbed Rick with small tails. They tugged and they pulled, and although this sounds weird, a portal appeared, like a clam with a beard. The Eats took Rick away, but it shouldn't take whizzes to know Eats needs something to finish their business. A creature called Gam to her and his's. In waddled the Gams. They were bulbous and wide. They opened the clam and crammed Riley inside. She plunged through a gateway, through channels, through tubes, through wormholes, a vortex, and hey, were those pubes? She was pushed on her tush and gushed out on the sand, surrounded by Gams in a cold, barren land. Can you help us? Gams pleaded. Oh, save us, oh, please. Our world grows so old and so cold that we'll freeze. Once a month, we send one floating into the sea. There's an island out there that can grow baby trees. It's teeming with life, full of birds and the bees. Elsewhere, Rick and the Eats had their own desert beach, but the far, fertile island felt so out of reach. How in the world can they cross this deep, deep, deep breach? As Rick looked at the tides, there's a time to this flow. Just wait for my signal, then all of you go. And so Rick watched his watch as they gathered round him. When the cycle was right, they were ordered to swim. A million burst forward, then a million Eats more. But Rick watched the island. None had made it to shore. Riley stared at the sea and said, this isn't tough. Just send in more Gams. It's clear one's not enough. 4 Gams were picked for their strength and bulbosity. They drove in and swam with unmatched ferocity. But when the Gams approached land, they were slammed by a flood. Those waves weren't of water. No, this flood was of blood. What is this? Riley asked. All the rest bowed their heads. Every month this land sheds, and the water turns red. And Riley then knew that the 4 Gams were dead. As the blood sloshed about, it was messy as fuck, and it took days to flow out. This period did suck. So they waited and waited for waters to clear. This annoying occurrence came often that year. But during those times, she could at least have a beer.